lead magnets that got over 1,000 responses from qualified business owners, established business owners who can actually afford the service that's been provided, the framework behind the lead magnets, and how you can adapt that for yourself in 2026. Today, I'm going to be diving deep into how to build lead magnets that would help you bridge the trust gap in 2026. Because one thing we realize quickly as a high-ticket service provider, either you're a financial planner or you're a consultant or you're a CHRO or fractional executive, one of the things you quickly realize is that, yes, a lot of people need your services, but there is a trust gap that is now so wide that just your free content is not going to serve or isn't serving it anymore. A couple of years back, your free content is enough to guarantee qualified interest, but that's no longer the case. How do you bridge the trust factor that takes people from prospect to client? How do you make sure that that trust gap is bridged? Now, the lead magnet that we used to offer before does the same thing. It generalized and put everybody in the same category and give them the same lead magnet. However, in 2026, that is no longer going to work because we have too much of that information out in the open. People can just Google things. They can just check ChatGPT for answers and get them. So how do you differentiate yourself? How do you build the trust that is needed for you to consistently convert casual interest or casual observers into clients? One of the greatest debates in the lead magnet world or in the sales world is it to use a static value like a non-interactive lead magnet versus a dynamic value, which is an interactive lead magnet. And if you've watched my video on lead magnets and the different categories of lead magnets, then you're going to really understand what I'm talking about here. With static values, which are the non-interactive lead magnets, it's only a one-way information transfer. It's passive. It establishes you as a generalist. It's good. The engagements might be there, but there is almost no lead intelligence. But where you have dynamic value, you have the ROI calculator, you have the quizzes, you have the assessors. All of this creates a micro revelation for your target audience because now people can see exactly what they're going through and they know that whatever results they get is customized to their own problem or to the particular questions that they're asking. It's a two-way value exchange. You have the questions, they have the answers. You have the calculator, they provide the input. So it's a conversation going on between you and your ideal target audience. What this ends up doing is, number one, it's going to give you a lot of rich intelligence because you know details about the person you're speaking to during the meeting. Know, for example, their revenue, their annual revenue, you know their team size, you know some of the specific problem that they have. So you're able to tailor your service, you're able to tailor your conversations in the meetings with them using those details. It also creates a psychological ownership on the part of the target audience because they've used the tool, they can identify what the results that you give them and they know that it's specifically for them. It's not just a general or a blanket result that you give to everybody. So the best systems for lead magnets, peers, it doesn't choose. We don't choose between dynamic or non-dynamic lead magnets. We don't choose between interactive or non-interactive lead magnets. If you've watched my videos, you know that I would always advise and I will always advocate for pairing both interactive and non-interactive lead magnets. And that's because your interactive lead magnet serves as your sales qualifier. It helps you build trust, helps you get some psychological, it helps you build some sort of psychological exchange between the ICP, your target audience. While your non-interactive lead magnets is like an authority builder, it's helping you establish authority, is helping you establish trust because not only have they used the calculator, now they're getting a detailed analysis and explanation of the results they got using the calculator. Now, consider the power of both of those than just a calculator or just an ebook or webinar. You cannot compare the results you're going to get from combining to what you're going to get from choosing. So why does pairing your lead magnets, why does it outperform direct to offer ads? That's because when you're running direct to offer ads that are saying, book a call with me, it demands a high level of commitment from your ICP. Even though the call is very valuable and even though it's free, it's still a lot to ask from someone who has probably only been a casual observer of your content or who doesn't know anything about you at all. It's different from someone who you ask for only a 2 or 3 minutes commitment to use a tool and then ask them to be the call with you. Because now you've established some sort of relationship, you've established some sort of trust with them, and you've also established their expertise. So it's no longer, it doesn't seem strange anymore to them, which is, this is one of the main reasons why this pairing of lead magnets always outperform a direct to offer. Now let's dive into the lead magnets that this CFO created and the results that you got. So the CFO created an LTV CAC calculator that helps established businesses, that helps small business owners know the lifetime value of their customers and also the cost per acquisition. What this does is the lead magnet is actually responding to a direct pain that business owners have. They don't know how much the customer acquisition is compared to the lifetime value of those customers. Is it worth it? Is it something that they should be doing? Should they look for ways to reduce the acquisition cost? Is there a way for them to extend the lifetime value of their customers? These are some of the questions that particular lead magnet was solving. And that's why it was able to get as much result as it got. Even if it doesn't convert up to 50% of them, you can see the real ROI from these lead magnets. Even if it only converts about 20 or 30% of them, and with calculators, you can have up to 40% conversion rate. So even if it only converts 20 to 30% of them, this is the number of clients that is bringing in and will be paying him every single month. Compare that with only a PDF. Compare that to only if you have shared a PDF versus a calculator paired with a PDF and webinar. You can see the conversion rate is so worlds apart. So how can you adapt interactive lead magnets for your business? Number one, you research your ideal customer client. After you've established the service you want to sell and also the particular customer profile you want to serve, you want to research them. You want to go into the communities that they hang out. You can watch this video where I dove deeper into lead magnet strategy for 2026 and all the groups where you can get real-time information from. So you want to research those your ideal target audience. Then you want to build a tool based on the research. So if they've expressed certain pain point, if for financial planning or retirement planning, if you're selling that particular services to freelancers, you go into communities where freelancers are and look at the conversations they're having about retirement planning as freelancers. Now look at the pain point and then build a lead magnet that solves that. You can build a 401k lead magnet for freelancers and digital businesses, and you can have it specifically for that kind of problem and then share it to those particular groups of people. You can only know those problems because you've done the research. So you want to make sure you're researching and then you're building tools based on your research, and then you're fueling the lead magnets that you've created. You want to drive traffic using ads, using your community if you already have an established and big community. If you don't, ads are just the best way to distribute your lead magnets. Number one, you're going to be sharing it with a lot of people. Number two, it's predictable and also it's scalable. You know how much you're using, you know how much you're paying to earn each customers, and you can then maximize that and predict how many clients you're bringing in every single month. If you're a tax advisor, for example, here is a framework that you can adapt. You can have a 2026 tax leakage audit. The format can be a 12-question quiz about your business entity type, the payroll size, the deduction strategy. And the aha moment can be, the specific quantifiable diagnosis for that particular freelancer. For example, how much they're overpaying with their current structure. And then a sales bridge can be a direct, compelling call to action. You can be like, would you like a 15-minute plug daily call to see the specific IRS code that will save you 18,000? So this is a specific lead magnet blueprint for a tax advisor. Now, you've created the lead magnet, you've distributed it. How do you turn the user into a client? Your first step is always the immediate delivery. You're delivering the lead magnet to them either directly on the VSL page or through the DMs if you're posting content, or through emails if it's to your email community. And the next step is a high-value invitation. So you've used the tool. This is the result you got. This is what you need to do. These are the specific pain points. Now let us solve it in this 15-minute strategy call. You can see the build up from a free tool to a free strategy call, which they already know is going to be valuable because you've already provided value upfront to them. And the value you provided is targeted specifically to them, not just to general audience. They already know that you can help them solve the particular problem that they have. That level of trust can only be built by pairing up your lead magnets, not by isolating one or the other. So if you're ready to build this strategic revenue engine for 2026 without having to rely on your social media account or following or on your content, then make sure you DM me on LinkedIn or send an email to get started on your lead magnet strategy for 2026. All right, bye.